Bienvenidos a la séptima clase de este curso de inglés pre-avanzado completamente gratis. I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday, so make sure you subscribe to my channel, and don't forget you can also join the Facebook group to download all of my resources, including the presentation for today's class. Today we're going to be learning about cleft sentences and learning about different types of cleft sentences. Let's begin. So like I said, today our focus is cleft sentences. Now you might think, what are cleft sentences? Well, a standard sentence in English is subject, a verb, and an object, right? It could be in many different tenses. For example, yesterday I bought some shoes. I sent her a letter. So in that example, you have two objects, right? We haven't seen that movie. And we are going to visit my grandparents. These are all examples of sentences that follow the structure subject plus verb plus object. Of course, in passive voice, that changes a little, but it's still pretty much the same thing. The object comes first, but it's still the same structure. The building was destroyed last year. So if we want to make it a bit more complicated, we're going to look at some more interesting structures today. Let's look at cleft sentences. So cleft sentences are really a way of focusing attention on something in a sentence. Okay, so let's look at this example conversation between a victim and a gangster. Okay, the victim says, "Please don't hurt me," and the gangster says, "Relax, we're looking for Johnny, not you." Okay, we are looking for Johnny. Okay, so that's subject, verb, object. But I could also say, "Relax, it's Johnny we're looking for, not you." Or relax, it's not you we're looking for, it's Johnny. So those are two different ways for me to organize the sentence. Those are both cleft sentences, okay? I am deciding what I want to focus on. I focused here on Johnny, and here I focused on you. And I have restructured the sentence depending on what I want my focus to be, okay? So the most common type of cleft sentence is it plus a verb to be plus the focus that you want and then the rest of the clause, okay? So relax, we're looking for Johnny, not you, would become relax, it's Johnny we are looking for, not you, okay? So it is Johnny that we are looking for, not you. I don't care about love, I want money. Let's make money the focus. It is money that I want. I don't care about love. Okay, so look at the different structure there. Money and Johnny in both of these sentences are objects, right? We look for Johnny. I want money. These are both objects. But we can also focus on a subject if we want to. So for example, if I can say this to you as a normal sentence, Alex annoyed you. Te molestó Alex, no fui yo, right? I can say it was Alex that annoyed you, not me. Era Alex que te molestó, no fui yo. Or perhaps I want to highlight, destacar, that it wasn't me. So I can say, it wasn't me that annoyed you, it was Alex. Again, always following that it plus the verb to be plus the thing I want to focus, okay? So I can come back here, look at this example. It's money that I want, I don't care about love. I can focus on the thing that I don't want if the conversation is about love. It's not love that I care about, it's money, right? So cleft sentences basically help us select the thing in the sentence that we want to focus on. Our intonation also rises on X. So for example, it's Johnny we're looking for, not you. It's money that I want. I don't care about love. It's not love that I care about. So the X, that purple word, that's where your intonation comes up, okay? So here are those examples again. Why is this important? Well, because it's a bit different to Spanish. How is it different? Well, in Spanish, the verb be, in this case, it was, it wasn't, has to change depending on what we're talking about, right? For example, you would say, eran mis amigos que te marcaron, no yo. Eran, porque mis amigos son ellos, right? Eran becomes plural. Well, in English, we still use it and was, even though my friends is plural. It was my friends who called you, not me. Okay? It's kind of weird, but it's the difference. It's a big difference. Eran mis amigos los que te marcaron, no yo. It was my friends who called you, not me. Eran 2 días enteros los que me hiciste esperar. It was 2 whole days that you made me wait. Son 3,500 los que me debes. It's 3,500 that you owe me. So we're using it is, it was, even though these things are plural. Okay? And it's easier in English, right? Because in English you don't have to worry about conjugating the verb for a particular thing. It's quite common for people to speak like this in English, so it's important to know the difference there between Spanish and English. In English you don't have to worry about the plural, okay? In these cases we're normally talking about groups of things, okay? So if you look at this, money, a quantity of money is one quantity. A period of time is one period of time. A group of friends is one group of people. So you can make an argument that all 3 of these things are actually singular nouns, right? Look at this. You drank 5 beers last night. And I would say, actually, it was 2 beers and a tequila that I drank, not 5 beers, right? Again, the quantity, the total. All right? It might sound strange to say it was 2 beers and not they were 2 beers, but that's English. Try changing these to cleft sentences. There is probably more than one way of answering them. So look at this. So here are 3 examples. I feel sorry for him. You're stressed about work, not the kids. And did you buy me a new video game? It's 3 normal sentences. So the first one, I can say, it's him that I feel sorry for. Or it's me that feels sorry for him, depending on what your focus is. But it's probably more common to focus on him. Okay, it's him that I feel sorry for. For this one, you're stressed about work, not the kids. We have more options. It's work you are stressed about, not the kids. It isn't the kids you're stressed about, it's work. And finally, did you buy me a new video game? Was it a new video game that you bought me? Or was it me that you bought a new video game for? So different cleft sentences that you can make depending on what you want to focus on. So here are yours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 sentences which I want you to make into cleft sentences. You can make probably 2, maybe more cleft sentences, okay? So the first one, you spent my money. I can say, it was my money that you spent. Or it was you who spent my money. So for 1, 2, and 4, they're going to be very similar. For 3, it's a question, and for 5 and 6, these are negatives, okay? So take a few minutes, stop the video, and do the activity, okay? Because I'm going to tell you the answers in 3, 2, 1. Okay, number 2, her car was stolen. It was her car that was stolen. It was her car that was stolen. In this case, because it's passive voice, we only have the same, it's the same sentence, but we just change our intonation. Number 3, was it the Avengers movie that you saw? Number 4, that guy is stinking the place out with his BO. It's that guy's BO that's stinking the place out. BO is body odor, okay? It's that guy whose BO is stinking the place out. Depends if I want to focus on the guy or the smell. And finally, number 5, I didn't like the food, but I liked the place. It's the food I didn't like, not the place. Or it's the place I liked, not the food, right? It depends on what you want to focus on. And number 6, it says, I'm the oldest, not you. It's me who's the oldest, not you. It isn't you who's the oldest, it's me. Okay? So these are all cleft sentences. I am focusing on the thing that I want to focus on. Let's try some exercises. Go to point number 1 in the description to open the activity. So this is the activity page. The activity is not the best. Okay, so you have to be very careful with this page because it's very particular, right? Mr. Palmer, actually Mr. should have a period, right? But if you put it here, it's going to tell you it's incorrect. So it is past tense. It was Mr. Palmer who saw I's already there, who saw. I didn't invite them. It wasn't me who invited them. Okay, let me check those. Okay, they're both correct. Question 3 and question 4 are kind of nasty. I suggest you skip these two because I don't think the answers that the page has are necessarily the best answers, but so I've given you here the answers to 3 and 4 because I actually think the answers to 3 and 4 are not very good. I began to suspect something at that moment. Should be, it was at that moment that I began to suspect something, right? But here they've given you a different answer. Money is the thing people care about nowadays. It is money that people care about nowadays. Would have been a better answer, but they included the thing that, which I don't really like. So these two answers are not particularly great. So I want you to finish 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? Finish the activity and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. So cleft sentences with it was and it is are not the only type. So we have the it cleft. It's John who's going, okay? It's John who's going. This is the one that we've already seen. El que va es Juan el que va, or Juan es el que va. It's not me, no soy yo, right? So this is something we've already seen. There's also the question word cleft. So for example, lo que no quiero, in English would be what I don't want is an argument, right? You can also say what I need is a holiday. Lo que necesito es, what I need is. Or lo que no haré es, what I won't do is. Where I really want to go is India, right? Or the reverse, India is where I really want to go. Another type of cleft sentence that's very common is with all or the only thing. So for example, all he wanted to know was how to make a cake. Todo lo que quería saber era, or lo único que quería saber era. That's all or the only thing. The only thing I care about is, or the only things I want are, so look at that, is, are, and thing, things. So, la única cosa que me importa, or las únicas cosas que quiero. So the conjugation does change, okay, depending on if it's singular or plural. The other cleft type you can use is, it's not that X, it's otra cosa. So, for example, it's not that I'm particularly experienced, but let me tell you. Okay, no es que sea yo muy experimentado, pero déjame decirte. Or, no es que quiera interferir, pero no creo. It's not that I want to interfere, but no es que sea, no es por ser, y luego pero, no es que sea, y luego es solo. No, these are cleft sentences, different organizations. And then finally, and then there's. Okay, So for example, and then there's that ridiculous business idea he had. En lugar de solo decir, he had a ridiculous business idea, you can say, and then there's that ridiculous, y luego viene ese, yeah? If and because as well. If he sends you a text, it's because he wants to get back together. If you lost your keys, it was probably because you were drunk, okay? Si perdiste tus llaves, a lo mejor fue porque, okay? En lugar de solo decir, perdiste tus llaves borracho, you could say, if you lost your keys, it was probably because you were drunk. So these are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different types of clefts, which you are likely to hear in English. Some of them are super common, right? Like, what I don't want is, or the only thing I care about is. Okay, these are super common in Spanish and English. So here's an activity. Use cleft sentences. Underlined words may need to be moved or deleted completely. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sentences here. So the first one says, Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. And I want you to use it and what. Okay, so 2 different types of cleft here. I want you to make this sentence 2 different ways. One with it was, and then what, okay? The next one, I just want to get some sleep. So try the structure with all, and try the structure with what. If you use the structure with all, you have to get rid of, you have to delete just, all right? You're only feeling sad because you are too hard on yourself. If, and then it's because. I don't care about anything except my family, and the only thing I care about. And then finally, the first working television was demonstrated by John Logie Baird in 1926. Camarena was 9. I say this because a lot of my students used to say Camarena invented the television, and it was so frustrating. He didn't, but he did invent an adapter for color television, right? Because the first working television was demonstrated to the public when Camarena was 9 years old. So let's look at the cleft sentence versions. Alexander Graham Bell invented the telephone. It was the telephone that was invented by AGB. It was AGB that invented the telephone, or what AGB invented was. So any of these are perfectly good and different ways to say the same thing with a different emphasis. I just want to get some sleep. All I want is to get some sleep. All, solo, todo, entonces ya no tienes que decir just. And what I want is to get some sleep. Lo que quiero es, what I want is. You're only feeling sad because you are too hard on yourself. If you're feeling sad, it's because you are too hard on yourself. I don't care about anything except my family. The only thing I care about is my family. And then the first working television was demonstrated by JLB in 1926. So there are lots of different structures here you could use. It was the first working television that was demonstrated by John Logie Baird. It was in 1926 that JLB demonstrated the first working television. It was JLB that demonstrated the first working television in 1926, or what JLB demonstrated in 1926 was the first working television. So lots of different cleft sentences that you can make from this one example. Let's try some more exercises. Go to point number 2 in the description to open the activity. So this is the page for the first activity. It just says choose the correct option to complete the sentences below. About the place is the weather. What I don't like, the reason I don't like, about, that I don't like, no, so what I don't like about, okay. Who lent him the money? It was Mary, Mary who, it was Mary, it was who, it was Mary, okay. What we did is write a letter to apologize. Okay, so I want you to complete the rest, and the second activity looks like this. Put the parts of the sentence in order to form a sentence. So here you have different sections of a sentence. I need a good rest. So we begin with what. So what I need, lo que necesito, what I need is a good rest. Let's check it. Awesome. And then we say, okay, and we say, next, right? Finish the activities, and I will see you in a moment. I hope that went well. Let's continue. Well, that's what I wanted to look at in terms of cleft sentences for today. But for now, let's look at a song. So this song is probably the most famous song by Lionel Richie. It's called Hello. And there's one big example of a cleft sentence in this song. Can you find it? 3, 2, 1. It's here. Is it me you're looking for? Okay, so instead of just saying, are you looking for me? The emphasis is on me. Is it me you're looking for? Okay, so I've been alone with you inside my mind. He estado solo, pero contigo dentro de mi mente. And in my dreams, I've kissed your lips 1,000 times. En mis sueños te he besado los labios 1000 veces. I sometimes see you pass outside my door. A veces veo que pasas por mi puerta. Hello, hola. Is it me you are looking for? Soy yo quien buscas? I can see it in your eyes. I can see it in your smile. Lo puedo ver en tus ojos. Lo puedo ver en tu sonrisa. You are all I've ever wanted and my arms are open wide. Eres todo lo que he querido. Mis brazos están abiertos. because you know just what to say and you know just what to do. Porque sabes exactamente qué decir y sabes exactamente qué hacer. And I want to tell you so much I love you. Y te quiero decir tanto que yo te amo. I long to see the sunlight in your hair. Tengo ganas de ver la luz de sol en tu cabello. And tell you time and time again how much I care. Y decirte una tras otra vez cuánto me importas. Sometimes I feel my heart will overflow. A veces siento que mi corazón se va a explotar. Hello, I've just got to let you know. Hola, te tengo que decir. Because I wonder where you are and I wonder what you do. Porque me pregunto dónde estás y me pregunto qué haces. Are you somewhere feeling lonely or is someone loving you? ¿Estás en algún lugar sintiéndote sola o alguien te ama? Tell me how to win your heart for I haven't got a clue. Dime cómo ganar tu corazón porque no tengo ni idea. But let me start by saying I love you. Pero déjame empezar por decir I love you. Okay? Yeah, it's a famous song. It's kind of soppy. Soppy is an adjective like romantic. But it's a very, very famous example of a cleft sentence. Okay? Is it me you're looking for? Right, so let's look at our idioms for today. We have 3 idioms: beat around the bush, bite the bullet, and break a leg. Okay? So to beat around the bush is to not be direct. Okay? So if somebody says to you, don't beat around the bush, it means seas directo, por favor. Beat around the bush is ser indirecto. Entonces muchas veces lo vas a escuchar con don't. Don't beat around the bush. No seas indirecto, o sea, dime, ¿no? Bite the bullet. Bite the bullet and do it. Morder la bala es como sufrir. Es como ya sabes que tienes que sufrir, entonces hazlo, ¿no? O sea, muerdes la bala, te va a doler, pero hay que hacerlo. Te va a doler, pero hay que hacerlo. Come on, bite the bullet and do it. And then break a leg is actually from theater, del teatro, y significa buena suerte. Okay? Rompe una pierna significa buena suerte. Okay? Buena suerte hoy, break a leg tonight, I hope it goes well. So beat around the bush, which means indirect. So don't beat around the bush. No seas indirecto. Bite the bullet, which is te va a doler, pero hazlo, hay que hacerlo. And break a leg, which is good luck. That's everything for today's class. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can see my videos that I upload every Monday and Thursday. And of course, you can also join the Facebook group to download all of my resources and my presentations, including the presentation for this class. Thanks for studying English with me, and I will see you next class.